I'm just now bouncing back. I'm just now rebounding from the whole beef with G Unit and 50 and all of that. I just got if the beef with G Unit was an airplane, I just landed. I just got off that plane, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even go get my bags out the baggage claim. I walked away. I left them bags, man. You know what I'm saying? So, for 50, man, I'm never. And I'm glad y'all here. Because this is probably the first and last time you're going to hear me say this. For 50, man, I'm just going, I'm going to apologize to him, just as a man. They don't have nothing to do with music or beef or nothing like that. It ain't about being a bigger man or him. I don't care. He could take it and say, Game is apologizing. He could take it and say, oh, Game's a sucker. He's apologizing. 50, it's not that. I'm apologizing for me, to him, to Dre, to Jimmy Iovine, to Eminem, to our fans, because if you think about what Interscope was when we were gelling, man, we were it. We were it. We were unstoppable force. Jimmy always says, man, I don't know why. I told you guys not to break up the Beatles. That's what he said, Jimmy Iovine, you know what I'm saying? He sits in his chair and he says, I told you guys. I don't know why you guys had to break up the Beatles. That's it, you know what I'm saying? And he says he told John Lennon the same thing, a long time ago. But Jimmy said he seen it coming. And, I was young, man, and I was dumb. I did a lot of dumb things. I kind of felt like me and 50 clash. I'm not going to down him, diss him, and say he's a bad guy or go back on the plane. I didn't leave nothing on the plane, so I'm not going to go back on it. But I'm just going to say, he had his side, I had my side. My back was against the wall. I did what I felt was necessary for my career to have longevity and for me to survive in hip-hop and music, to be around, till I'm Quincy Jones age and thereon. And not only to be around till I'm Quincy Jones age, but to fall in that mold, to be a Quincy Jones. I did what I felt that I had to do at that time. Now, 4 albums from 4 albums in, I can now say, as a man that G Unit, Game, Aftermath, Black Wall Street, Interscope, Geffen, Eminem, Shady, from Banks to Buck to Yayo to Dre to whoever, man. If it would have kept going, endless paper, millions of albums sold, because we were great together. Me and 50's chemistry is what Method Man was to Redman when they get in. Redman ain't from Wu-Tang, but when Method Man get with Redman, it's going down. Right. You know what I'm saying? It is what KRS-One was with Scott LaRock. KRS-One held his own, but the chemistry, that BDP had, it was the jail, man. When you take Ralph Tresvant from New Edition and Bobby Brown goes this way, you might get a Belle Biv DeVoe, but you ain't gonna get no Candy Girl. Ain't gonna get no Mr. Telephone Man. Ain't gonna get no Hater to Love It. Not gonna get no How We Do. 50, his biggest records, our biggest records were together. Whether I was on them or I wasn't on them, or whether he was on them or I wasn't on them, when we were gelling, writing together as a family, we had it, man. That goes for Eminem, Dre, Game. And you know what? If we never did that, I think Detox would have been out. It would have been out. You know what I'm saying? I think that we'd all still be selling millions, from Banks to Buck to Tony Yayo to whoever, man. We was that big. So I'm going to apologize to everybody, just for my role, because the thing, just being raveled up and all that, it was just, it was almost dumb. But I was young, and that's when you make your mistakes. So I'm not going to really, I'm apologizing for it, but I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't go back and change it. You know what I'm saying? I can only change and mold the future, for me and the stability and just the foundation of my family. So I will apologize, and people can say whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? I know about the internet, I know about the bloggers, but one thing you know about Game is, Game gonna say what he feel, and I might not feel the same way tomorrow, but y'all here right now, and that's how I feel right now. You know how it is. He can call it, he says one thing, well, so what? That's me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love it. Either way you want it, just give it to me that way. If you want to say Game is this or Game is that, just talk about Game. And if you think about all the things that I've done, when it's all said and done for me, you look back on my career, however I go out. If I go out like Biggie and Pac went out, then that's just that. If I go out on top and I just walk out, if I go out on bottom like some of the unlucky or not so much mentioned, hip hop artists that did their thing but just didn't get, the mention that they deserve, if I go out like that, it's all fine with me because I did what I came to do in my career. I touched a lot of people. I sold a lot of records, man. I'm still a figure in hip hop. I don't like when people call me West Coast because I ain't never just been West Coast. I'm from the West Coast. I'm from Compton, so that goes without saying. But I am hip hop. I'm not saying I'm Lil Wayne or I'm the best rapper in the world. I'm not saying I'm Jay-Z, but I'm game and I'm something to deal with. And so when I start talking, when I speak, when I make records, people gonna listen. It doesn't matter what records you put on game, put out on game, put it on MTV versus everybody else. And you look at the views, look at the listens. Mine is always going to be looked and listened at because I'm that type of person. And game going to come with something to make something happen, man. So, I mean, we hit Red Album. You know what I'm saying? The beef with 50, I feel, and I said it on the record. You know what I'm saying? That beef is dead. And I let Chris Brown take him to the ledge. So, I mean, just wipe my hands with all that, man.